EA Games.
Challenge everything.
Harry Potter lived at number 4 Privet Drive with his horrible uncle and aunt and their hateful son, Dudley. Harry was often locked in his room, and even though he was a wizard, he couldn't escape because he wasn't allowed to use magic when he was away from school. One evening, a house elf named Dobby appeared.
Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts. If Harry Potter goes back to Hogwarts, he will be in mortal danger. There is a plot, Harry Potter, a plot to make most terrible things happen.
Dobby disappeared, and shortly after, Harry's best friend Ron Weasley and his brothers, Fred and George, arrived in a flying Ford Anglia to rescue Harry from his prison. They flew him to their home, the Burrow, where Harry spent the rest of the summer before travelling by Floo powder to Diagon Alley. Harry told them all about Dobby's warning.
Very fishy. I reckon old Dobby was sent as someone's idea of a joke. Can you think of anyone at school with a grudge against you?
Draco Malfoy. Welcome to the Burrow, Harry.
Did any of you ever give a thought of how worried I'd be? Beds empty, no note, car gone.
Oh,
Could have
Mum,
crashed. Out of my mind with worry. Did you care? Never, as long as I've lived.
But, Mum...
Now get outside and start denoming. I've had it up to here with all of you. Except you, of course, Harry. I'm not cross with you.
You ready to do a bit of denoming then, Harry? Well, I'm not sure, Ron. I've been with the Dursleys so much this summer, I'm a little rusty. Hello, Harry. Welcome to my home. It's not much. I think it's brilliant. Thanks, Harry. Hey, look. Ginny's over by the Puffs game patch. Why don't you go and chat to her? She's been a bit shy lately. I wonder why. I'm off to see what Dad's up to.
Hello, Harry. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ginny. I'm just looking after a Puffs game, making sure that Fred and George don't use it as a bludger when they play Quidditch.
Harry, we'd like you to meet our washing machine.
Huh?
Dad tried charming it.
Now it's anything but charming.
That sorted it, Harry. I'd love to see that in Aunt Petunia's kitchen.
You look like you need a chocolate frog. Here you go.
You'd have to knock the frog out before you can catch it.
Right, let's go throw some gnomes.
Hello, Harry. I'm Arthur Weasley. I was wondering if you'd help me denome the garden. It's just through the gate, but you'll need the denoming gloves to grab the gnomes. Unfortunately, I seem to have lost them under all this junk.
Remember, Harry, it's just like the charms class last year. Better find the denoming gloves. We can't denome without them. Lift up the crates and then drop them on the rocks below. Wingardium Leviosa!
Well done, Harry. Nice work. You found the denoming gloves. Here they are.
Thanks for helping Dad out, Harry. The sooner we denome the garden, the sooner we can get some sleep. I'm exhausted.
We need to get a move on with the denoming. Mum will go mad if she finds any gnomes left in the garden.
Look! There's one over there!
What you have to do is flipendo them until they're dazed and confused.
Wow, I've got to try this.
Then you grab hold of them and spin them round. And chuck them out of the garden.
Nice one, Fred. That went miles. Time to put these denoming gloves to good use. Mum wants us to throw these gnomes over the fence and into that field of Dad's non-magical junk. To fling a gnome, you're going to need a good run-up. Once you reach the fence, you begin spinning on the spot. You get points for distance and for hitting the targets. Nice one! You hit the wasp hive. You hit the phone box! Excellent, Harry! That's your all-time highest score!
Harry!
It's late, boys. Time for bed. Big day tomorrow. Diagon Alley, then platform 9 3/4. For someone who's never denomed before, you've done an excellent job, Harry. Almost as good as Gilderoy Lockhart himself.
Thanks, Mrs. Weasley.
Mrs. Weasley woke them all early the following Wednesday. She took a flower pot off the kitchen mantelpiece and everyone grabbed a handful of flue powder. Harry had never travelled by flue powder before, and when he scattered the powder into the fireplace, he immediately swallowed a lot of hot ash.
As you've never travelled by flue powder before, you need to know a few things.
When you're in the fireplace, say where you're going.
And keep your elbows tucked in.
Mind you get out at the right fireplace.
Are you sure this is safe? Piece of cake! Diagon Alley!
It felt as though he was being sucked down a giant plug hole. Harry tried to keep his eyes open, but the whirling made him feel sick. He closed his eyes, wishing it would stop, and then he fell.
This doesn't look like Diagon Alley. It's Lucius and Draco Malfoy.
Touch nothing, Draco. Ah, Mr. Borgin.
Mr. Malfoy, what a pleasure to see you again.
The Ministry of Magic is conducting more raids, and I have a few more items like this at home that might embarrass me.
Items that you are willing to sell?
Correct. I'll expect you tomorrow at the manor to pick them up. Good day.
Good day, Mr. Malfoy.
Hello, Harry. I saw Mrs. Weasley looking for you. Hope you ain't been creeping round that nocturne alley. Terrible place. You'd best stay away. The Leaky Cauldron's the finest pub in London, Harry. It's got a huge cellar, you know. Did I tell you, I've been having a bit of trouble lately with flesh-eating slugs. I really miss Norbert. I think about him almost every day.
Oh, Mr. Potter, delighted to see you again. Make yourself at home and have a good look around. The cellar is full of surprises. The Leaky Cauldron cellar is a great place to explore, Mr. Potter. There's more than butterbeer down in the cellar, you know, Mr. Potter. Do you remember me from the last time you were in the Leaky Cauldron, Mr. Potter? Daedalus Diggle at your service.
Harry, we hoped you'd only gone one fireplace too far. I was frantic with worry.
We thought we'd lost you for good, Potter.
Harry met up with Ron's sister Ginny and went with her to Flourish and Blots, where the famous wizard author Gilderoy Lockhart was signing his latest book.
Great Scott, is that? No, surely not. It is. It's Harry Potter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect moment for me to make an important announcement. I have great pleasure in announcing that I will be taking up the post of Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher at Hogwarts.
Bet you loved that, didn't you, Potter? Famous Harry Potter. Can't even go into a bookshop without making the front page.
Leave him alone. He didn't want all that.
Potter, you've got yourself a girlfriend.
I suppose your parents will go hungry for a month to pay for all the books you're going to need at Hogwarts. It's the least I can do to help out the poor and needy.
Harry! We've missed the train! The Hogwarts Express left 5 minutes ago! Oh no! What are we going to do? Well, I know that Dad took the floor to work this morning. It's parked in Charing Cross Road. OK, it's our only chance of getting to school on time.
They found the car in Charing Cross Road, and after making it invisible, flew it into the sky over London. They saw the Hogwarts Express far below and followed it for some time.
Ready to go to Hogwarts, Harry? You know, Ron, I'm really not sure about this. We've got to get to school, haven't we? And even underage wizards are allowed to use magic if it's a real emergency. Section 19 or something of the restriction thingy. You're sure you can fly it okay? What's it look like? I'm doing all right, aren't I? Yeah, I suppose. So far.
Being sure to check that no one was watching, Ron and Harry took off in the old Ford Anglia.
Looks like we've lost the train. Let's check out that tunnel. Looks like we found the train, Ron. Try not to scratch the paintwork or my dad will kill me. We must be near the end of these tunnels. Keep going, Harry. We've got to reach the end of the tunnel soon. Almost there, Harry. Excellent! You got a famous Witches and Wizards card. Almost there, Harry. Phew, that was really close. I didn't think we'd make it out of the tunnel.
Now all we've got to worry about are airplanes.
I can't see anything in here. Phew, that was close. I think we're almost there. Excellent, Harry. There's Hogwarts. Try and land the car in the castle grounds.
Uh-oh! I think the car's cutting out! Come on, car! Come on!
There's something wrong with the car! I don't have control anymore! Mind that tree!
Stop! 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 Ron! Ron, where are you? Over here, Harry! The Whomping Willow's got me! Don't worry, Ron. I'll come and get you. Just hold on. I can't do anything else. Hurry up, Harry!
Funny, Ron. Now, how on earth am I going to release you? Is there some kind of weak spot on the tree you could cast a spell at? Whoa!
Good job, Harry. Now, see if you can cast Flipendo on this branch to get it off me. I think I see a sensitive spot right there. Thanks, Harry. Much appreciated. Oh, no! Come back! Great. My dad won't be happy that I lost his flying car. Anyway, we better get a move on. We don't want Professor Snape catching us out so late.
Come on, Harry, let's go! Hurry up, Harry, we're already late! Can we go now?
The only thing I'm not looking forward to this term is seeing Snape.
Let's just hope he's left because he missed out on the Defence Against the Dark Arts job again.
Or he might have been sacked. I mean, everyone hates him.
Or maybe he's waiting to hear why you two didn't arrive on the Hogwarts Express.
Professor Snape! We were...
In my search of the grounds, I noticed that considerable damage seems to have been done to a very valuable Whomping Willow. I will be speaking with Professor McGonagall later.
That tree did more damage to us than we...
Silence! I would advise you both to make your way immediately to the Gryffindor common room.
But Professor Snape, we...
Go, and count yourselves lucky. If I should catch either of you out after tonight, I will definitely deduct house points.
Come on, Harry. I'll meet you outside the entrance hall.
By the time Harry and Ron had escaped from the Whomping Willow, the sorting ceremony had already begun. They peered in at the Great Hall and watched as the aged, old Sorting Hat placed new students into the 4 Hogwarts houses, as it had for so many years past. Harry remembered putting the Sorting Hat on a year ago, and for a few horrible seconds he had feared the hat was going to put him into Slytherin, along with Draco Malfoy.
Not Slytherin, eh? Well, if you're sure, better be Gryffindor!
But of course, he had ended up in Gryffindor, along with Ron and Hermione.
Can you believe our luck? Fred and George must have flown that car 5 or 6 times, and they never had an accident. I really thought we'd get expelled for sure.
Come on, Ron. Let's go to the Gryffindor common room. Do you think you can remember the way?
No problem. Follow me.
Flying a car right into the Whomping Willow? People will be talking about that one for years.
Brilliant! What an entrance!
We'd better get to the common room before Snape sees us.
Hi, Harry. You ought to get along to the common room. You shouldn't be out this late, you know.
Look, there's Lockhart's office. I'm surprised he can get his big head through the door.
Finally, there's the portrait of the fat lady. Give her the password and let's go to bed.
I thought you'd have the password.
Why would I have the password?
Why would I have it? I've been with you since we got here.
You're right.
I can't get into the common room, Harry.
How am I to know that you two aren't Slytherins disguised as Gryffindors?
Because we don't look like gorillas, that's how.
I bet I know who would have it.
There you are.
Right on time.
I heard the most incredible story about you two getting expelled over a flying car.
Well, we haven't been expelled.
Hermione, please, we're tired. Could you just tell us what the password is?
Wattlebird.
It's good to see you again, Harry.
There you two are. Brilliant entrance. Got the year off with a bang. Mum's furious, by the way.
Once inside the common room, Harry was greeted by the cheers of his fellow Gryffindors. Harry and Ron became Gryffindor heroes due to their little accident with the Whomping Willow.
Ah, Potter! You finally made it then. Heard about the Ford Anglia. Mum's gonna kill Ron. I bet it was worth it to see Snape's face when you landed.
Sort of.
Okay, Harry. It's been a long day. I'm really tired and I'm off to bed.
So, you and Ron actually flew here, Harry. I really don't think that was a good idea. You know, Harry, I'm really looking forward to this term. Did you know that Professor Lockhart's favourite colour is lilac?
I bet you're looking forward to the first Quidditch match of the season, eh, Harry?
Hello, Harry. I'm so glad I got sorted into Gryffindor like my brothers.
Harry slept well that night and looked forward to his first day at Hogwarts.
Harry, I can't believe that you and Ron are so irresponsible. You could have been killed, or worse, expelled.
Good morning, Harry.
It's time for our Defence Against the Dark Arts lesson with Professor Lockhart. I just love his books. He's such a brilliant writer. Defence Against the Dark Arts on the 3rd floor. Follow us.
Harry, Defence Against the Dark Arts is up here.
Try to hurry, Harry. We'll get to see Gilderoy Lockhart in person.
Hello, Harry.
Oh, hello, Nick.
Even after all these years, I still find new secrets in Hogwarts.
Welcome to Defence Against the Dark Arts. My fame makes an introduction unnecessary, but I'll delight you with one anyway. I am Gilderoy Lockhart, Order of Merlin, 3rd class, honorary member of the Dark Force Defence League, and 5-time winner of Witch Weekly's Most Charming Smile Award. Ah, I see you've all bought a complete set of my books. Well done. Today, we shall be learning the Rictus Sempra spell. Rictus Sempra is very useful when stunning certain pesky creatures such as Cornish pixies. Who wants to be first? Harry Potter, will you step down here, please?
Lucky.
Clear your mind completely, Harry. Don't even think about me. And concentrate on the symbol in front of you. You've learned Rictus Sempra! You didn't do as well as I did the first time, but then who could?
Come on, you two. Herbology's about to start. You don't want to be late for that too.
I forgot how much I missed her. Come on, Harry. Wow! Harry Potter! It's really you! I'm Colin Creevy. I'm in Gryffindor too. Would it be alright if I took your picture? Everyone told me about how you survived when you-know-who tried to kill you. And you really do have that lightning scar on your forehead. It's brilliant here, isn't it?
Hello there, young Harry Potter. Yes, what a fine day.
You look happy, Nick.
That I am, Harry. I sent a letter today to Sir Patrick Delaney Podmore. It's my application to join the Headless Hunt. In fact, as I was telling your friend Hermione Granger, joining the Headless Hunt has been a dream of mine for some time.
To get to the greenhouses, we need to go outside. If we're going outside, let's keep away from the Whomping Willow. Don't remind me. Herbology's this way!
It's Herbology next. Come on. I heard about the flying car. Classic. Professor Sprout has put me here to tell all students where Greenhouse 3 is. It's through here.
Phew! We made it. This is the door to the Herbology classroom. See you in there, Harry.
Well done. You've set a new record time. Here is the Herbology Race Cup as a reward. Well done, Harry.
Sprout. Welcome to Herbology. Please be careful of the venomous tentacula. It's teething. Welcome to Greenhouse 3. This is a mandrake. Its cry is very dangerous, which is why you're wearing earmuffs.
Harry Potter, would you like to plant your feet in front of class?
I'd be glad to, Professor Sprout. Taking a leaf from Hermione's book, aren't you?
Welcome to Greenhouse 3, second years. Our mandrakes are only seedlings, but their cry could still knock you out for several hours. Please put on your earmuffs for your auditory protection. Now, we'll start by repotting. Look out for unhappy mandrakes. They're the ones that have outgrown their pots. That's it. Grasp your mandrake secure. Now, place him down into another empty pot. Bravo! You're a real herbology expert. I think I can trust you with something a little more taxing. Well, you're quite the expert. With mandrake care like that, I'm quite sure we should expect a real bumper harvest.
You have learnt Diffindo, Harry. We've planted a seed of greatness here today.
Morning, Ron. It's Transfiguration first thing, isn't it?
Yeah, first floor. I'll meet you there.
Ah, Potter. Anything interesting happened last night?
Hi, Harry. Let's go in. McGonagall's waiting for us, Harry. Let's go in.
Good morning. Today we shall learn the transfiguration spell known as Avifors. Avifors will allow you to transform small objects, such as the parts of this statue, into birds. This is achieved like so. Avifors! A superb job, Potter. 40 house points for Gryffindor. That is all for today. Class dismissed.
Nice one, Harry. You did well there. Gosh! Look at the time! We'd better get to Professor Lockhart's Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
Do we have to?
Really, Harry? I don't know what you've got against Professor Lockhart. He's a fantastic teacher.
Well, he seems to think so.
This should be a really interesting lesson. Professor Lockhart is probably the bravest wizard who's ever lived.
Is that why you've marked all Lockhart's lesson with little hearts on your timetable?
I have not.
Are you okay, Harry?
I'm fine. Come on, let's go.
Come on, Harry! Quite excellent. Well done, Harry. I knew you'd be the first to get to my class. I don't seem to have any signed photos on me at the moment, but have this Defense Against the Dark Arts race cup instead. Now, be warned. You may find yourself facing your worst fears in this room. No harm can befall you whilst I'm here. Remain calm. Ready? A freshly caught Cornish pixie! Don't worry, I stunned this one earlier. We are quite safe. Well, I'll ask you three just to put this little fellow and any others back into their cages. I'll see you after the lesson.
Looks like Lockhart wants to give us some hands-on experience.
I'll take care of this one. Petrivicus totalis. Wingardium Leviosa. Simple. Now you try with the second one, Harry. Ron and I are going to round up the others. Isn't Professor Lockhart wonderful?
Okay, I'll try my best, but my wand's been acting very funny lately.
Petrivicus totalis.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Run, Harry! I'll make sure these don't escape while you go and capture the rest.
Just pop them back into their cage. Get those pixies off him!
Immobilus!
That's the last of them. Anyone see what happened to Neville?
Well done, you've all passed the test. Obviously, I could have defeated these pixies with just a few twirls of my wand. 20 points to Gryffindor for being excellent students.
Isn't he wonderful?
Hello, Ron. What class have we got first today? It's Charms with Flitwick. I'll meet you on the second floor.
Ginny's been behaving strangely of late. Keep an eye on her, will you, Harry? Spotted that Goyle chappie lurking around last night. Unfortunate-looking boy, isn't he?
Gnomes have knobbly heads and look like potatoes on legs.
Hurry up, Harry. We don't want to be late for Charms.
Coming, Hermione.
Good morning, class. Today's lesson will most assuredly involve us in learning how to cast the appositely named Bluebell Flames. The proper incantation for this charm is Incendio. Now, back to magic reality. Mr. Potter, perhaps you'd like to step forward and demonstrate Scourge for the class.
Glad to, Professor.
Very well then, off you jolly well go. Well done, Mr. Potter. You've successfully learned Scourge. That is all for today. Class dismissed.
Harry, there you are. Glad I'd found you.
Hello, Wood.
Time for Quidditch practice, Harry. None of the other teams have started training yet, so we'll have a good head start.
But I haven't had lunch yet.
You can eat later. Follow me to the Quidditch pitch. Ah, Potter. Ready to continue our winning streak from last year? I'm certain we're good enough, but we're definitely going to have to practice a lot harder. No time like the present, so let's have a run-through of the basics. Looks like you've improved on last year, Potter. With this lineup, Gryffindor are a dead cert for the Quidditch Cup again. That'll really get up Snape's nose. Incredible flying, Potter. Even Madam Hooch would have to give you a good grade. Excellent work, everyone. You're back on form, Potter, which means we've got a great chance of winning the cup this year.
Aren't you finished yet, Harry?
Don't look now, but here comes the Slytherin team.
I don't believe it! I booked the pitch for today.
Hey, they've got new brooms and it looks like... Yes, they are! They're Nimbus 2001s!
Yeah, I know. Apparently, Lucius Malfoy made a very generous donation.
Like our new brooms, Weasley.
Very latest model. Only came out last month. I believe it considerably outstrips the old 2000 series.
What are you doing here, Malfoy? I'm the Slytherin Seeker now. Didn't you know? Perhaps someday Gryffindor will be able to afford new brooms.
Well, at least no one on the Gryffindor team had to buy their way in. They got in on pure talent.
No one asked your opinion, you filthy little mudbloods.
You'll pay for that, Malfoy! Ron, are you alright? I don't feel so good.
Ron, you'd better get to Hagrid's quick. Follow Ron, Harry, and don't let him out of your sight.
Right, Harry, we gotta let these slugs run their course. I'll give you Fang's bowl to catch 'em in. Move the bowl under Ron to catch 'em. Hurry up, Harry. Good luck.
Well done, Harry. That was a great effort.
How are you feeling, Ron? Oh, I never want to see another slug as long as I live. Next time I'll get Malfoy for sure. How can he call Hermione a mudblood?
Ron, it's only a word.
Yeah, but that word's the most insulting thing he could think of. Mudblood is a really unpleasant name for someone whose parents are non-magical. There are some wizards who think they are better than everyone else because they're pureblood.
Thanks for defending me, Ron. Especially the way your wand's been behaving.
And speaking of mud, October arrived damply at Hogwarts, spreading a soggy chill over the grounds and into the castle. A different kind of chill would soon set in as well.
Hello, I wonder if you three could do something for me. This Halloween will be my 500th Death Day. Tomorrow I'm holding a party down in one of the roomier dungeons. Friends will be coming from all over the country. It will be such an honour if you, Mr. Weasley, and Miss Granger would attend. Perhaps you could mention to Sir Patrick how very impressive and frightening you find me. It may help me to get into the Headless Hunt. I'll see you all tomorrow down in the dungeons. Cheerio!
A Death Day party? There can't be many living people who can say they've been to one of those.
I've never heard of a Death Day party before. Sounds dead depressing to me.
Ah, there you are, Harry. Hermione and Ron are already at my Death Day party. Come on, Harry, you don't want to be late. Yes, I'll see you in the dungeons. Be quick. You don't want to miss the celebrations. At my party, there's maggoty haggis, fairy green cheese, and a tombstone cake. Delicious, eh? This way, Harry.
Wasn't that nearly Headless Nick, the Gryffindor house ghost? Yes, Colin, it was. It's brilliant here, isn't it?
I have a special Death Day speech prepared. I really do think that this will be a Death Day to remember.
Blimey, Harry! Where have you been? We've been waiting ages for you.
Let's go, Harry.
So glad you could make it, Harry. May I recommend the mouldy bread and the stinking salmon? Watch out for Peeves, Harry. He's in one of his mischievous moods. Feel free to mingle, Harry. Ron and Hermione are around here somewhere.
Happy Death Day, Nick. I think Ron has a present for you. I'll go and tell him to bring it over. Peeves, dive down behind the table, Harry. Use your knockback jinx to get the present back. Peeves, give Ron back his present.
What was that? What was what? That voice. It was coming from over there. Come on.
The voice was growing fainter, and Harry was sure it was moving away, moving upwards. He began to run, his stomach lurching.
Ugh! That's horrible!
What's going on?
Enemies of the air, beware! You'll be next, mudbloods.
She's been petrified, but how? I cannot say. And now, I would like everybody to please return to their dormitories. There's nothing else to see here.
Come on, Harry. Professor Dumbledore's right. There's nothing more to see here.
Everyone at Hogwarts was disturbed by the attack on Mrs. Norris and the mysterious words scrawled on a wall. Rumours and speculation spread. Hermione in particular was especially affected. Ron and Harry became sure that she was up to something, but whatever it was, she remained tight-lipped.
I think it might be a good idea to go to the library and find a copy of Hogwarts: A History.
Why do you want it?
So we can find out about the legend of the Chamber of Secrets, of course.
Of course.
Harry!
I managed to get Hogwarts: A History, but it wasn't easy. Slytherin ambushed me. Crikey!
Can I have a look at the book, Harry?
Here you go.
Here it is! I'll read the passage out. Hogwarts was founded over 1,000 years ago by the 4 greatest witches and wizards of the age: Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Salazar Slytherin. For a while, the 4 founders worked in harmony together, seeking out youngsters with magical abilities and bringing them to the castle to be educated. But a rift began to grow between Slytherin and the others. Slytherin believed that magical learning should be restricted to all magic families and that no students of non-magical parentage should be admitted. Eventually, a serious argument on the subject caused Slytherin to leave the school. He built a secret chamber in the castle of which the other founders knew nothing. According to the legend, Slytherin sealed this chamber of secrets so that no one would be able to open it until his own true heir arrived at the school. The heir alone would be able to unseal the chamber, unleash the horror within, and use it to purge the school of all who were unworthy to study magic.
Blimey! I always knew Salazar Slytherin was a twisted old loony, but I never knew he'd started all this pure blood mudblood stuff.
It sounds to me like the horror within mentioned in the book is a monster that only the heir of Slytherin can control.
But what kind of monster?
The kind of monster that can petrify a ghost.
All this talk of monsters is giving me the creeps. I'm off to bed.
Do you really think there's a Chamber of Secrets?
I believe Flitwick's story, even if he doesn't. And Dumbledore himself couldn't cure Mrs. Norris. I think that whatever attacked her might not be human.
Here we are, at the scene of the crime. It can't hurt to look around, since we're already here, and Filch isn't. Remember all the water that was on the floor? Where had it come from?
From in there. Let's have a look.
I can't go in there. That's a girl's bathroom.
Oh, Ron, there won't be anyone in here. This is Moaning Myrtle's place. She haunts one of the toilets. It's been out of order all year because she keeps having tantrums and flooding the place.
I wish people would stop talking about me behind my back.
Who can the heir of Slytherin be, though? Who'd want to frighten all the non-magical folk out of Hogwarts?
Ron reckoned that he had an idea who the heir of Slytherin was, and both he and Harry went to meet Hermione in the library.
I'm sure that Draco Malfoy is the heir of Slytherin.
I think you might be right. And if he is, I know a way we can prove it. Polyjuice Potion.
Polly what?
Polyjuice Potion can transform a person into someone else, even a Slytherin. We could trick Malfoy into admitting he's the heir. To make the Polyjuice Potion, we'll need several ingredients. Lacewing flies, leeches, fluxweed, knotgrass, horn of bicorn, and shredded boomslang.
Thanks for saving me pumpkins, Harry. I hope you find a good use for that boomslang skin. Bearded stoats, look at the time. You better run off to the Quidditch pitch. Your first match against Slytherin's about to start.
There you are! Come on, you'll be late for Quidditch.
Did you manage to get the fluxweed and knotgrass?
I got some flaxweed, but it wasn't easy. Come on, we better get to the Quidditch pitch before it's too late. And as we join this important Quidditch game between Slytherin and Gryffindor, it is a tense moment. Slytherin are leading 60 points to nothing on the fastest racing brooms goal can buy.
It's down to you, Harry. Catching the snitch is the only way we're going to win. You've got to beat Malfoy.
I can't shake this bludger. What's going on?
All right there, Scarhead.
Someone's tampered with this bludger.
There's the golden snitch. Malfoy's on it, and Potter's chasing! There they go after the snitch. It's heading for the stands! Amazing! I've lost sight of them!
I'll get you, Potter!
Potter's going for the snitch! Come on, Harry Potter! Fantastic! Gryffindor win the match! Look out, Harry! Ah!
Harry's arm was hanging at a very strange angle, but in his good hand he held the snitch.
Aha, we've won!
Lockhart told Harry to lie back as he tried to mend his arm with a charm. A strange and unpleasant sensation started at his shoulder and spread all the way down to his fingertips. His arm didn't hurt anymore, nor did it feel remotely like an arm.
Ah, yes. Well, that can sometimes happen. So, Harry, just toddle up to the hospital wing. Madame Pomfrey will be able to, tidy you up a bit.
The next moment, Dumbledore and McGonagall were backing into the room, carrying what looked like a statue. Together, they heaved it onto a bed.
It means that the Chamber of Secrets is indeed open again.
In the second week of December, Professor McGonagall collected the names of those who would be staying at school over Christmas. Harry, Ron, and Hermione signed up. They heard that Malfoy was staying, which struck them as very suspicious. The Christmas holiday would be the perfect time to use the Polyjuice Potion and try to worm a confession out of Draco.
You two had better get to potions class. It's time for potions class with Professor Snape. We don't want to be late. You know what he's like. It's down in the dungeons. Follow me.
Now pay attention. Today, you will attempt to learn the art of mixing one of the most useful potions ever concocted. The Wiggenweld potion. Those of you who are adventurous, or more probably clumsy, will no doubt want to make Wiggenweld potions on your own. Therefore, there are cauldrons like this one throughout Hogwarts. They are the only cauldrons in which Wiggenweld potions can be made, and the ingredients, flobberworm mucus and Wiggentree bark, can also be found throughout Hogwarts. Now for today's lecture, the history of flobberworm mucus extraction.
Silence! Mixing potions is a very precise science. I suggest that Potter, Weasley, and Longbottom listen carefully to my every word. This year, like last year, I won't allow any disobedience. Pay attention, Potter. You are going to remind us how to mix a Wiggenweld potion. If you remember, you must first activate the cauldron. With this done, you must then press the 3 symbols indicated until the cauldron fills. Good enough. Only a fool would expect better of you. Now remember, when the cauldron is full, you can activate it to gain the Wiggenweld potion. Class dismissed.
Before that lecture, I thought I knew everything I wanted to about flobberworm mucus, and I was right.
Well, I thought he touched on some interesting aspects.
Let's get going before Snape comes out.
Well done getting all the ingredients I asked for.
Did you manage to get any powdered horn of bicorn?
Yes, but I had to sneak into Snape's office last night to get it.
She wouldn't get me creeping about in Snape's office, especially at night. Here's the flaxweed and knotgrass.
And here are the boomslang skin, lace wings, and leeches.
How long until the polyjuice potion's ready?
I'm afraid we still need some extra ingredients. Something from Crabbe and Goyle. I've already managed to get some hair from Millicent Bulstrode.
I hope you're not saying that you're going to turn us into Crabbe, Goyle and Millicent Bulstrode.
Well, Crabbe and Goyle in particular are the only people Malfoy trusts. He'll tell them anything. You do want to find out whether Malfoy's the heir of Slytherin, don't you?
Of course we do. I just hope that the polyjuice potion will wear off. That's all.
Of course it will. Ron, I think you should try and steal some hair from Crabbe and Goyle after lunch. They like to have a nap after feeding their faces.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Come on, Ron. Let's leave Hermione to prepare the potion.
Hogwarts is like a maze. I suggest you follow the carpet if you want to get back to the common room. I suppose I'd best get some hair from Crabbe and Goyle.
Good luck. I'll meet you by the common room later.
Harry, Crabbe, Goyle and Malfoy are in the Great Hall. They've enrolled in the dueling club. I wonder who'll be teaching it.
Let's hope it's not Lockhart. I've had enough of him for one day.
Harry, have you heard? Malfoy's in the Great Hall, and he's challenging everybody to a duel.
Yeah, and no one's beaten him yet.
Why don't you go in and duel with him, Harry? I hear you're pretty good.
Go on, Harry. I'm sure you can beat him. It'll be great to wipe that smile off his slimy Slytherin face.
Can everyone see me? Can you all hear me? Excellent. I started Dueling Club to train you to defend yourselves. Dueling Club meets every day in the antechamber just outside the Great Hall. In wizard dueling, the object of the exercise is to incapacitate your opponent. There are 3 spells you may use in dueling. Rictus Sempra, which knocks your opponent back and reduces stamina. Mimble Wimble, which prevents your opponent from accurately casting their next spell. Expelliarmus, which reflects spells back onto your opponent. Note that potion drinking and jumping during duels are prohibited. A pledge of Bertie Bott's every flavored beans is required to duel. The victor wins the opponent's beans. To challenge a student to a duel, simply walk up to them. If you have enough beans, you will be invited to duel. My assistant, Professor Snape,
I am your colleague, not your assistant.
Has informed me that he knows a tiny bit about dueling and has graciously agreed to monitor the duels. And now for a brief demonstration. Mr. Potter, if you'd like to partner up with Mr. Weasley...
I don't think so. Time to split up the dream team, I think. Mr. Malfoy, come over here. Let's see what you can make of the famous Potter.
Thrashing, you will be a treat, Potter.
Very well then. One's at the ready. When I count to 3.
Scared, Potter? You wish.
1, 2, 3!
Today, Potter, you will have the pleasure of dueling the great Slytherin house.
Rictus Sempra!
Harry Potter has beaten Slytherin. How disappointing.
Serpent Sortia!
Hissing furiously, the snake slithered towards Justin Finch Fletchley. "Leave him alone!" Harry shouted. At least, that was what he thought he'd shouted.
What was that?
Did Harry just hiss?
Oh my! That couldn't have been...
It couldn't be. Not him.
When he looked up at Justin, he was met with an angry look.
What do you think you're playing at?
The snake was lying slumped on the floor, docile as a thick black garden hose. So why was Justin, and everybody else for that matter, regarding him with a look of horror?
You're a parcel mouth, Harry. Why didn't you tell us?
I'm a what? A parcel mouth? You can talk to snakes. So, does it matter?
It matters, Harry, because being able to talk to snakes was what Salazar Slytherin was famous for. That's why the symbol of Slytherin House is a serpent.
Now the whole school's going to think you're his great-great-great-great-grandson or something. But I'm not.
You'll find that hard to prove. He lived about 1,000 years ago. For all we know, you could be.
Everyone's saying that Potter's the heir of Slytherin.
Potter's a Parselmouth. Everyone knows that's the mark of a dark wizard. And of course, Salazar Slytherin was a Parselmouth, which means that his heir should be too.
I'd watch your back if I were you, Potter.
Oh, hello, Potter. Is it true you hate that non-magical lot you live with?
I say live and let live, don't you think?
I don't believe you're the heir of Slytherin, Harry. Not like some people. I think Draco Malfoy might be behind these attacks. Don't you? Mike told Trevor's got 7 warts. I know, because I counted them.
Oh no! Not another attack!
Mr. Potter, what's happened here?
I don't know. I found him like this.
Follow me, Potter.
Professor, I swear I didn't...
This is out of my hands, Potter. Through this door, please, Potter.
This must be Professor Dumbledore's study. It's the old school sorting hat. I wondered where it was kept.
You've been wondering whether I put you in the right house. Yes, you were particularly difficult to place, but I stand by what I said before. You would have done well in Slytherin.
Oh my gosh!
Harry's heart plummeted. He told the hat he thought it was wrong, and then a strange gagging noise behind him made him wheel around.
That bird looks sick. It burst into flames.
Good evening, Harry.
Professor, your bird! I couldn't do anything. He just caught fire.
Fawkes is a phoenix, Harry. Phoenixes burst into flame when it is time for them to die, and are reborn from their ashes. Fascinating creatures, phoenixes. They can carry immensely heavy loads. Their tears have healing powers, and they make highly faithful pets.
Professor, I just want you to know that it wasn't me. I'm not the attacker.
I know you're not, but I still want to talk to you. I must ask you, Harry, whether there is anything you'd like to tell me.
Being able to talk to snakes was what Salazar Slytherin was famous for.
Anything at all?
No, there isn't anything, Professor.
Very well, if you're sure. Good night, Harry.
Night, Professor! I feel very uncomfortable being in a girl's bathroom.
I wish people would stop interrupting my peace and quiet. I do have feelings, you know, even if I am dead.
She's very touchy, isn't she? What's that horrible stink, Hermione?
That will be the Polyjuice potion.
Now that everyone knows you're a Parselmouth, they've convinced you're the heir of Slytherin. You don't think it's me, do you?
Of course not.
There's no way you're the heir, Harry. Thanks.
We need to finish the Polyjuice potion and prove that Malfoy's the heir of Slytherin. That way we can clear your name. Ron, did you manage to get some hair from Crabbe and Goyle?
Yes, I did. But I'm telling you, it wasn't easy.
Okay, I'm sure I've done everything right. Once you've drunk the potion, there won't be much time before we turn back. Now what? We each have some of the potion, add the hairs, and then drink it.
I'm still not sure about this. Ready?
Ready?
As I'll ever be.
1, 2, 3.
Ugh!
Harry!
Ugh! That is disgusting!
Are you two all right? Yeah, unbelievable. Hermione, are you okay?
Fine. I'm fine. Go on without me.
Well, if you're sure, we'll meet you back here later. Hermione said that we may have some difficulty moving because Crabbe and Goyle are bigger than us. Okay. I won't try jumping across any gaps. We'd better get going before the effects of the Polyjuice potion run out. We need to find out where the Slytherin common room is. I hope we can find someone to follow. There's a Slytherin now. Quick! Follow him and don't lose sight of him! There you are! Have you two been pigging out in the Great Hall all this time? How did you know?
Come on, follow me. You know, Goyle, I suppose Dumbledore's trying to hush up all these attacks. He'll be sacked if they don't stop soon. And as for St. Potter, he's another one with no proper wizard feeling. And people think he's Slytherin's heir. I wish I knew who it is. I could help them.
You must have some idea who's behind it all.
You know I haven't, Goyle. How many times do I have to tell you? But I know one thing. Last time the Chamber of Secrets was opened, a Mudblood girl died. So I bet it's a matter of time before one of them's killed this time. I hope it's Granger.
Anyway, Draco, I'd best be going.
Going where?
To the hospital wing. Yes, that's it. The hospital wing. I've got a stomachache, and I need to get something for it.
Go on then. I didn't want you hanging around here all night with that pained expression on your face.
I'm glad we changed back. I didn't like being Crab one bit. I wonder where Hermione went. I hope nothing went wrong with her potion. I'm going to see if I can find Hermione. I wonder what went wrong with her potion and where she went. Guess what, Harry? Hermione's in the hospital wing. The polyjuice potion turned her into a cat. Seems like the hair from Millicent wasn't from her at all. I hope Madame Pomfrey doesn't ask too many questions.
The news that nearly Headless Nick had been petrified spread through the school like a dark cloud when everyone got back from the holiday. If a ghost can be petrified, the students thought, then no one is safe. The first years moved around the castle in tight-knit groups, afraid they might be attacked if they ventured out alone. A furious trade in talismans, amulets, and other protective devices was sweeping the school. In the meantime, Harry had learned that Draco Malfoy was not the heir of Slytherin. But if it isn't Draco, and it isn't Harry, who is it?
Ah, Harry, you finally made it. Terrible news about young Mr. Creevy being petrified, not to mention poor Mrs. Norris. No need to worry, though, as your defense against the dark arts teacher, I'll save the day. Excellent, Harry! I knew you would do it. I'll have to watch myself in a few years' time, or you'll be stealing my job. Now, run along. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and I have something very special planned. Happy Valentine's Day, Harry! How many cards have you received? So far, I've only received 46. But the day is still young. I've arranged a little surprise for you and the rest of the students at Hogwarts. My friendly card-carrying Cupids!
Oh, you, Harry Potter, stay there. I've got a musical message to deliver to you.
Valentine's cards. Ugh! Keep away from me!
Hey, Harry! Something has really upset Moaning Myrtle.
You mean more than usual?
I could hear her wailing all the way from the grand staircase. And the cord outside her bathroom is flooded again.
You don't think someone else has been attacked, do you?
Anything could have happened. Come on, let's go see what's up. Come on, Harry!
Who's that? Come to throw something else at me?
Someone threw something at you?
Yes, they did. It's over there.
Careful! My dad told me some books can be very dangerous.
It looks like an old diary. Belonged to T.M. Riddle.
Hang on. I know that name. T.M. Riddle got an award for special services for the school 50 years ago. I know that because Filch made me polish his shield about 50 times in detention. Well, whoever he was, he didn't write in it. It's completely blank. I wonder why someone wanted to try and get rid of it then. Weird.
Harry went to bed before anyone else in his dormitory that night, mainly because he wanted to examine Riddle's diary. He sat on his four-poster and flicked through the blank pages until...
Hello, Harry Potter. My name is Tom Riddle.
I'm at Hogwarts and horrible stuff's been happening. Do you know about the Chamber of Secrets?
Of course I know about the Chamber of Secrets. In my 5th year, the chamber was opened and the monster killed a girl. I caught the person who'd opened the chamber and he was expelled. I can show you if you like. I can take you inside my memory of the night when I caught him.
Okay.
Harry was entranced by the memory Tom Riddle showed him.
Come on. Gotta get you out of here. Come on now. In the box. It's all right. Come on out. There you go.
Evening, Rubeus.
What are you doing down here, Tom?
It's all over. I don't think you meant to kill anyone, but monsters don't make good pets.
It never killed no one.
Come on. The least Hogwarts can do is make sure the thing that killed that girl is slaughtered.
It wasn't him. He wouldn't. He never.
Stand aside.
No!
It was Hagrid, Ron. Hagrid opened the Chamber of Secrets 50 years ago.
Harry had always known that Hagrid had an unfortunate liking for large, monstrous creatures. But he was equally certain that Hagrid would never mean to kill anybody.
Hi, Harry. After all that flying about and what we found out last night, I can't think straight. Me neither. We can't tell anyone about the diary, and I don't want to be the one who brings up why Hagrid was expelled 50 years ago.
Riddle might have got the wrong person. Maybe some other monster was attacking people.
How many monsters do you think this place can hold?
We always knew Hagrid was expelled, and the attacks must have stopped then. Otherwise, Riddle wouldn't have got his award.
Riddle's diary! It's gone!
What? But only a Gryffindor could have stolen it. Nobody else knows our password.
Exactly. The voice! I just heard it again. Didn't you?
I didn't hear anything.
Harry, I think I've just understood something. I've got to go to the library.
What does she understand? Loads more than I do. But why she got to go to the library? Because that's what Hermione does. When in doubt, go to the library.
But McGonagall said we have to stay in here unless we're in class.
Harry, Ron, I'm sorry, but this will be a bit of a shock. There has been another attack.
Oh no. Who?
I am very sorry, but your friend Miss Granger was found petrified near the library. I have asked all students to remain in their house common rooms. I also have some rather bad news for you in particular, Mr. Weasley. I'm sorry to tell you that your sister, Ginny, has gone missing.
And I've got to talk to Hagrid. If he set the monster loose last time, he knows how to get inside the Chamber of Secrets.
Hagrid's hut is out in the grounds, Harry, but you know that. Follow me, Harry.
We'd better be careful, Ron. We're not meant to be out in the grounds after dark. Let's split up to avoid getting caught. At least you can use your invisibility cloak to avoid being seen. Remember that you need to collect these to power up your cloak. They only last a short amount of time, so make sure you're out of sight when they run out. You can unlock the doors by using these pressure pads. You just need to charm a nearby object onto them. Wingardium Leviosa! Nice one, Harry. I'll meet you at Hagrid's. Good luck.
Who's there?
Who's there?
See anyone, Mr. Filch?
No.
I know you're there.
You made it then, Harry. Shh! Someone's talking to Hagrid.
Yet again, Cornelius, I tell you that taking Hagrid away will not help in the slightest.
That must be Cornelius Fudge. He's the Minister of Magic. My dad's boss. Quiet, Ron.
Look at it from my point of view, Albus. I'm under a lot of pressure. Got to be seen to be doing something. If it turns out it wasn't Hagrid, he'll be back and no more said.
So, where am I going?
You'll only be going for a short stretch, Hagrid. It's not a punishment, more a precaution. If someone else is caught, you'll be let out with a full apology.
Shh! I just saw someone who looks very much like Lucius Malfoy coming into Hagrid's hut.
Bad business, Hagrid. A very bad business indeed. Things have gone far enough. As chairman of the school governors, I've simply got to act and send you away.
Away? Away to where? Not the wizard prison. Not Azkaban.
I'm afraid so. A dreadful thing, Dumbledore. But all 12 of the governors feel it's time for you to step aside. As of this moment, you are suspended as headmaster of Hogwarts.
If the governors want my removal, Lucius, I shall, of course, step aside.
No!
However, you will find that I will only truly have left this school when none here are loyal to me. You will also find that help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it.
Of course, if anyone wanted to find out some stuff, all they'd have to do would be to follow the spiders. That'd lead 'em right. That's the key to the whole thing. And I'm saying,
come along now, Hagrid. We don't want to keep the Dementors waiting now, do we?
All right, I'm coming.
We're in trouble now. No Dumbledore. There'll be an attack a day with him gone. Look, over there! Looks like they're heading for the Forbidden Forest. This ledge is too high to climb. I'll give you a leg up, Harry. You'll have to brave the Forbidden Forest alone. Good luck, Harry.
Aragog, a human is here. Who is it?
Is it Hagrid?
Not exactly, but I'm a friend of Hagrid's.
Hagrid has never sent men into a hollow before.
Hagrid's in trouble. That's why I've come.
In trouble?
Some say that Hagrid released a monster long ago in Hogwarts. It killed someone and it must have come back.
It was me he released, but he sent me away. I've never gone back, and I've never hurt anyone in Hogwarts.
They think up at the school that Hagrid's been setting a something on students. They've taken him to Azkaban.
But that was years ago. Everyone thought that I was the monster that dwells in the Chamber of Secrets. They thought Hagrid had opened the chamber and set me free, which was why he was expelled from Hogwarts. When I was blamed for the death of the girl, Hagrid protected me.
So you didn't come from the Chamber of Secrets?
No, I come from a distant land and Hagrid cared for me. The girl who was killed 50 years ago, was discovered in a bathroom, and I have not seen any of the castle, apart from the cupboard I grew up in.
If it wasn't you who killed that girl, then what did kill her?
We shall not speak of it. The Guardian is an ancient creature that spiders fear above all others.
Thank you. I think I should go now.
Go? I think not. I cannot deny my children such fresh meat. Goodbye, friend of Hagrid.
The car screeched to a halt, and Harry dived inside.
Hurry up, Ron!
The door slammed shut, and Ron didn't need to touch the accelerator because the car was already speeding away. They sped out of the hollow, branches whipping the windows as the car wound its way cleverly through the widest gaps, following a path it obviously knew. After 10 noisy, rocky minutes, the trees thinned, and the car stopped so suddenly they were nearly thrown through the windscreen. They had reached the edge of the forest.
Follow the spiders. What was Hagrid thinking? You're lucky to be alive. Anyway, I'm off to bed. See you, Harry. See you, Ron. And thanks for rescuing me. You're my best friend. It's my job.
Harry and Ron arrived safely back in the Gryffindor common room.
What was the point of going in there? What have we found out? I'd like to know that Hagrid never opened the Chamber of Secrets. He was innocent.
I better not let Madame Pomfrey see me. There's Hermione. What's that she's holding? It's a note. In her handwriting. Here's what it says. Of the many fearsome beasts and monsters that roam our land, there is none more deadly than the basilisk, the king of serpents. This snake, which may reach gigantic size and live hundreds of years, is born from a chicken's egg, hatched beneath a toad. Aside from its deadly and venomous fangs, the basilisk has a horrible stare, and all who are fixed with the beam of its eye shall suffer instant death. Spiders flee from the basilisk, for it is their mortal enemy. The basilisk flees only from the crowing of the rooster, which is fatal to it.
But how's the basilisk been getting around the place? A giant snake! Someone would have seen.
Pipes, Ron! It's been using the plumbing. I've been hearing that voice inside the walls. That girl who died. Aragog said she was found in a bathroom. What if she never left the bathroom? What if she's still there?
You don't think? Not Moaning Myrtle?
The entrance to the Chamber of Secrets. What if it's in Moaning Myrtle's bathroom?
All students are to return to their house dormitories at once. All teachers return to the staff room immediately, please.
Oh no! Not another attack!
Yes, there had been another attack, the worst one yet. This time, someone had disappeared. It was Ginny Weasley, and another message was left on a wall. It said, her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever. Hogwarts would surely close now. Professor Lockhart had been given the task of rescuing Ginny, but Ron and Harry were beside themselves with worry. They had to do something.
I'm going to find Lockhart. Lockhart? Why? He's the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and whatever's attacking people is definitely involved in the dark arts.
Okay, so what do? The place is crawling with prefects looking for Ginny.
I'll go first. You join me in Moaning Myrtles on the 2nd floor. Ginny will be all right, won't she, Harry? Don't worry, Ron. We'll rescue her. And then I'll close the Chamber of Secrets for good.
Oh, Mr. Potter, I'm rather busy at the moment.
Professor, I have some information for you. I think Moaning Myrtle was the girl who was killed by the monster 50 years ago. She may know where the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets is.
Well, okay, if you're sure.
What do you want this time?
To ask you how you died.
You're the first one who ever asked. I died in this very stall. I remember it so well. The door was locked, and I was crying because Olive Hornby had teased me about my glasses. Then I heard somebody come in. They said something odd in a different language, I think. It was a boy speaking. So I unlocked the door to tell him to go and use his own bathroom, and then I died.
Where was this boy standing?
Over there by the sinks. One of them has never worked, not as long as I've been here.
I wonder if that's where the entrance to the chamber is.
Look! The taps are turning into snakes!
Well, it looks like you boys don't need me, so I'll be off.
We'll be right behind you, Harry. Won't we, Professor?
Oh dear.
Harry, say something! Something in Parseltongue! But... Go on, Harry. Okay then. Open up.
English?
Well, then you won't be needing me. Cheers, boys. Have to go warm up my broom.
You're not through yet. Down you go.
No!
Come on, Harry. This is it. I know.
Here you are at last!
Careful, Harry! I think he's lost it!
Lost it? What? No, not the great Gilderoy Lockhart. It's just that now is the time to end this little adventure.
See?
I shall go back to the school, tell them it was too late to save the girl, and that you both tragically lost your minds at the sight of her dead body.
Oh no, I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna try and hit us with one of his memory charms.
Yes, indeed, the famous Lockhart memory charm. I'm sorry, boys, but it is for the best.
I feel faint.
The adventure ends here, boys.
Run!
Say goodbye to your memories.
Oh, bleed!
Ron, are you okay? Ron! Yes, I'm through here, I'm fine. Lockhart isn't though. He got blasted by his own memory charm. What are we going to do now? Well, we can't get through this lot. It'll take ages. There's only one thing to do. You wait here and I'll go on. Ginny's been down here for hours, and if we waste any more time, it might be too late. Okay, Harry. I'll start trying to shift some of this rock so you can get back through. See you! Ginny?
Ginny! Ginny, please wake up!
She won't wake.
Tom? Tom Riddle?
She's still alive, but only just.
You've got to help me, Tom. We've got to get her out of here. There's a basilisk and it could be along at any moment.
The basilisk won't come until it's called. Let me tell you about the real reason Ginny's like this. She's been writing in the diary. My diary for months. I grew stronger and stronger on a diet of her deepest fears until I had enough power to start pouring a little of my soul back into her.
What do you mean?
Ginny Weasley opened the Chamber of Secrets. She daubed threatening messages on the walls and set the Serpent of Slytherin on the mudbloods and nearly headless Nick.
No!
I'm afraid so. Ginny told me all about you, Harry. So I decided to show you my famous capture of that great oaf Hagrid to gain your trust.
You framed Hagrid!
Yes, but you, Harry Potter, how is it that you managed to defeat the greatest wizard of all time?
Why do you care?
Haven't you realized yet? I am Lord Voldemort, the greatest sorcerer in the world!
Sorry to disappoint you in all that, but the greatest sorcerer in the world is Albus Dumbledore.
Dumbledore's been driven out of Hogwarts by the mere memory of me.
He's not as gone as you might think!
To business, Harry. I'm going to teach you a little lesson. Let's match the powers of Lord Voldemort, heir of Salazar Slytherin, against the famous Harry Potter.
That's a phoenix.
Fawkes!
A sword from Dumbledore. Well, it won't save you, Harry Potter. Speak to me, Slytherin, greatest of the Hogwarts Four. Kill him! You can still kill him! Kill him now!
There was silence. Silence except for the steady drip, drip of ink still oozing from the diary. The basilisk venom had burned a sizzling hole right through it. Shaking all over, Harry pulled himself up. His head was spinning as though he'd travelled miles by flue powder.
Harry, oh Harry, I wanted to tell you. It was me, Harry, but I swear I didn't mean to. Riddle made me do it. It's all right. Riddle's finished. Come on, Ginny, let's get out of here.
They were flying upwards, and before he'd stopped enjoying the ride, it was over. All three of them were hitting the wet floor of Moaning Myrtle's bathroom.
Harry! Ron! Hermione! How are you feeling?
A lot better now, thanks. I'm really disappointed. With all that's happened, Professor McGonagall has cancelled this year's exams. I was really looking forward to doing all of that revision.
As you can see, Harry, Hermione's made a complete recovery.
Hello, Harry.
Professor Dumbledore, I thought you'd been suspended.
Lucius Malfoy had threatened to curse the board if they didn't remove me. But they decided to stand up to him. Now that the heir is gone and the basilisk is destroyed, they know Hagrid is innocent too. He'll be back in his hut soon.
What about Lucius Malfoy? Will he cause any more trouble?
I doubt it. We can assume it was him who got the diary to Ginny. He daren't do it again unless he wants the Ministry of Magic after him.
About Professor Lockhart, I'm afraid he's lost his memory.
Oh dear. What will he think about now that he can't think about himself?
Just don't give his job to Professor Snape. He's too, valuable as a potions teacher.
You've all performed brilliantly. It must have been a terrible experience.
It was. We spent much more time in a girl's bathroom than I would have liked.
Being petrified was awful, but I learned a great deal from it. I'm going to write a paper about it for extra credit.
When you've got your friends to help you, you can accomplish anything, and nothing is too awful. Well, almost nothing. Looking like Goyle came close.
There's a banquet waiting for you downstairs. What do you propose for the first toast?
To friendship.
Loyalty.
And courage, but to friendship most of all.
Ginny!
Harry told them everything. For nearly a quarter of an hour, he spoke into the rapt silence. He told them about hearing the disembodied voice. How Hermione had finally realized that he was hearing a basilisk in the pipes. How he and Ron, following a hint from Hagrid, had followed the spiders into the forest. That Aragog had told them where the last victim of the basilisk, 50 years before, had died. How he had guessed that Moaning Myrtle had been the victim, and that the entrance to the basilisk's lair, the Chamber of Secrets, might be in her bathroom.
But how did you all get out of there alive?
Well, it all had to do with loyalty and friendship.
And courage. Harry, you can't forget that.
Yes, and courage too.
Professor Dumbledore explained that 50 years ago, Lord Voldemort, as the 16-year-old Tom Riddle, had enchanted his diary, and that diary had enchanted Ginny. For it was Lucius Malfoy who had planted Tom Riddle's diary on the hapless Ginny Weasley. And as for Harry, well, once again, he truly was the boy who lived. Later, Harry managed to release Dobby from the slavery of Lucius Malfoy. The rest of the final term passed in a haze of blazing sunshine. Hogwarts was back to normal with only a few small differences. Defense against the dark arts classes were cancelled, and Lucius Malfoy had been sacked as a school governor. Draco was no longer strutting around the school as though he owned the place. On the contrary, he looked resentful and sulky. On the other hand, Ginny Weasley was perfectly happy again.
This is our last day at Hogwarts. Yeah, the only thing left to do is the House Cup ceremony in the Great Hall.
If you have anything you want to do at Hogwarts, you'd better do it before you go to the House Cup ceremony.
Hey, Harry, that was brilliant. Opening the Chamber of Secrets and everything. I know I couldn't have done it. Actually, if it wasn't for you, I'd still be stuck behind that tapestry. My Gran says that I shouldn't forget to remember where I keep my Remembrall. Oh, bother. I've forgotten again.
I'm so pleased that horrible basilisk is gone. It was making a terrible mess of my perfectly miserable bathroom. It's so lonely in here, and I appreciate you coming to see me. But do you think it's wise that you spend so much time visiting the girls' bathroom?
You did really well against the basilisk, Harry. Your father would have been very proud. Loyalty is a virtue, Harry. Never forget that. Bad leadership is all about being more single-minded than others. Good leadership is all about eating large quantities of cake.
Nice one, Potter. Always said there was something about you. Ever considered a career in the Ministry of Magic? If anyone tells you anything about Penelope Clearwater, an empty classroom and me, well, it's a complete fabrication. I was merely helping her with her charms. Good one, Potter. Keep it up.
Anyway, did you know that the House Cup is about to be awarded? The presentation's in the Great Hall.
Yeah, I hope we've got enough house points to beat Slytherin. I'd really love to see Malfoy's face if we managed to do it 2 years in a row.
Well, when you're ready, Harry, we'll go in.
Oh, Harry, I'll never forget what you did for me. That was so amazing. Mum says that you can come and visit us anytime you like at the Burrow. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to coming back to Hogwarts next year. If you like, you could tell me all about what it's like to be a second year.
Attention, please. Students, attention. The headmaster wants to address you.
Silence. It isn't too late to lose house points, you know.
This House Cup ceremony brings the school year to an end, and an eventful year it was. Without further ado, I shall now present the cup to the Hogwarts house with the most points.
Think we'll take it again this year?
After you and Harry saved Hogwarts, I should think so.
In 4th place, Ravenclaw.
Thank you for not saying last place.
In 3rd place, Hufflepuff.
Thank you. We find finishing in the middle to be quite adequate.
And now for the 2nd place house.
It'll be you, Gryffindors. You're naturally second best. You won't steal the House Cup from Slytherin like you did last year.
After barely escaping disqualification, Slytherin.
What?
That means...
1st place, and the House Cup goes to Gryffindor.
Yes! We did it again!
years ago this story starts. There were 4 sorcerers with strong and wise hearts. Bob Gryffindor from Wildmoor, Fair Ravenclaw from Glen, Sweet Hufflepuff from Valley Broad, Shrewd Slytherin from Fen. They had a dream to teach all that they knew. Witches and wizards came far, and it grew till the castle stood tall by the shores of a lake. And 1,000 years later, the magic remains. Old Hogwarts sorting hat, sing me a song. Speak in my head, tell me where I belong. And when things look bad and there's nowhere to run, unite all the houses and we'll fight as one. Brave Godric Gryffindor favored the strong, those who had courage and knew right from wrong. And Rowena Ravenclaw taught only the best, so kind Helga Hufflepuff would teach all the rest. But Salazar Slytherin had his own plans. He thought the Muggle-borns didn't understand the subtleties of magic, and so he devised the Chamber of Secrets with a monster inside. Old Hogwarts sorting hat, sing me a song. Speak in my head, tell me where I belong. And when things look bad and there's nowhere to run, unite all the houses and we'll fight as one. Old Hogwarts sorting